getting ready. Yeah, I just got done. I'm kind of still sparking on it. That's why I have the camera turned around. Plus, when they go off to the airport and stuff like that, they go across this bridge. That right there that you see, let me zoom in on it a little bit, is the Jefferson Memorial. So, yeah, I am sitting here under a tarp. It's been raining all day. It's been really it's been a day. So, but anyways, how's everybody doing? I'd love to hear from y'all. Uh, but real quick, so I was listening to Johnny Bravo before this, so my brain's kind of trying to catch up to what I was talking about. He was talking about how before the 29 crash, that the stock market went up like 30% in 30 weeks, and that we've just done that, and we're gonna go up a little bit more, and he's saying it's gonna crash by somewhere around like December, January of next year, or of this year, when the Fed pivot because of all the crap that's going on. So, do you like this view, or do you prefer the other view? So, let me know. What's up, Bucknut? Nice to see you. So I had an experience today. I really wish I would have filmed it, but it didn't happen. So oh well. And I did take some footage or some pictures though, and you guys got to see. What's up, Palm Coast? Nice to see you. One of the so. I didn't realize. So I post. I've been trying to raise money and do things without going out on a street corner and flying a sign. I'm doing it. I'm just doing some little things to try and raise money, different ways I know how. Because I find things along the way, and now I've got tradables, and I was able to raise about $7.50. And I went to go look for that $7 place where I could get a gram of pre-roll for $7. And I'm like, okay. But I went and looked for it online on Google Maps. I couldn't find it anywhere. And so I'm like, well, everywhere else is like $10 to $12. So let me figure out what to do. What's up, Cherokee? So I posted a short. Maybe 100 of you watched it, or 100. It got 100 views. And as soon as I posted it, my old man calls me up and he's like, dude, I just saw your video. Are you okay? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? He's like, dude, you look like you're tweaking. And he knows I don't tweak or anything else like that. But he's like, you look like you're really amped up. I said, well, yeah, I'm static. I'm in a city there's a lot of crap that's going on, and I don't have weed. I've been out for like about 5 days now. Being in a city, it's getting harder and harder on me as time goes along. Because I already know what I'm going to deal with, and the more I have to deal with it, the less tolerance I have, and so I'm just like, screw this shit. Why I don't want to deal with it. So therefore, I start getting amped up much quicker, and I didn't realize that I was that it was starting to show. And so, yeah, I ended up getting kicked down enough to go get an eighth, which was like $22 after tax. They only charge 6.5% tax here. They don't charge, like in Oregon, you pay like a 25% tax, plus the county can add another 10% on top of that. And so you're paying 25 to 35% tax just to go get a gram. Versus if you go, here in Washington, D.C., it's 6.5%. So what's up, DFH? Nice to see you. So that was crazy cool how you were on AAP's channel and he cut out, but you were live in his channel. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Do you believe WWE is real? No, it's not. It's all scripted. I get my stuff shipped from Rogue River Farms in Oregon. Yeah, most of like from what I understand, all of the stuff that's grown here in the United States, the seeds come from my home state of Oregon. So, and I learned that a while ago, and I'm like, yeah, see, because that's kind of our culture there. In the same way that Texas is, it's got their alcohol and, well, really it's whiskey and football. Oregon is stoners and woodsmen. So, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe. It's very helpful. Yes, I need to hit that 5,000 subscriber mark if we can. So they have a sale for $7 a spliff. They ship statewide. Huh. Well, I'm in DC, so tax different DC because it's not a state. Well, yeah, I guess that's true. That makes sense. Yeah, because that's the state tax. But it's kind of nice though. I accidentally handed my wife a glue stick instead of a chapstick. She's well. I hope we got it on camera. Um, there's a couple that I watch. It's oh I can't Beck Martin and Beck. They're out of the UK, and they're always my favorite one was when he put itching powder in his mother-in-law's underwear, and she's on the phone going nuts. That's my favorite one that they do. Next time, do super glue. Yeah, either that or Gorilla Glue. Oh, and hey guys, you guys know? Okay, so I think I still got it in my pocket. Yeah. So, you guys know here, like this little light here, it comes from Olight. We need to help support Jeremy's habit by getting an affiliate link through him so that he can get commission, so he can keep buying his stuff because this stuff's pretty cool. I mean, it's a and it's one little battery. I filled it up. I replaced the battery today, and I've just kind of been having it and stuff like that. But this right here, ask Jeremy. You guys hear me talk about that before. I'm gonna have to figure out how to market it because yeah, especially when I'm baked. I just started. I smoked before. Well, you guys heard me smoking right before I turned the camera around. Delta Alternatives is their main site. Their THCA is fire. See, my sweet spot's like 16 to 21%. That's what I prefer. It's strong enough to do what I need it to do, but mellow enough to let me function throughout the day. So I mean, this stuff here is like 23%, and that's bottom shelf. I mean, it's getting out of control how high it is. I don't. I mean, basically, what I want now would be considered swag. So, anyway, so I got that taken care of today. So I got something for you, and I was thinking about this today because one of the things that I noticed that the longer that I'm homeless, the quicker to contention I get, the less crap that I'm willing to deal with, right? And so um, one I started thinking about the movie Purge. Did anybody ever wonder like how society would get to a point to where they would legalize murder so that they could so that they could keep the population functional. I want to breed a strain so sedative they'll call it. Huh. Okay, well, what's your botany skills, Alfred? But anyways, so the movie Purge, right? People, they legalize it, and this is how you keep society together. But what would have to be done to be able to push society there? And I think that the movie Purge is a reflection of kind of what we're going through right now. With with the fact is like, okay, I had a guy come by and start teasing Sam today. If I would have done something, he would I would be the one going to jail. So therefore, I have no recourse in order to defend person or property because they're allowed to do whatever they want, but you're not allowed to return favor. Okay, and so therefore, what people end up doing, because this is what happens on the West Coast. This is why because they've outlawed all kinds of violence on the West Coast, you have a different way in which you handle things. That's why like you can get somebody convicted on hearsay. All somebody has to do is say it, and it's therefore true. And that's how I got my conviction. There's a lot of things like I knew a girl that once her boyfriend broke up with her, he made false accusations. She went in and proved that all those accusations were false. But even though she was able to prove it, for some reason, because somebody else said it, they gave them credence over her documentation, and therefore convicted her. And so it's to a point like when you have no way to have recourse, you're gonna go out and you're gonna start handling things in a more I guess you could say more of a stealthy manner. And I think that something like the purge would be an example of what happens if you continuously try and disarm and prevent violence within your city or within your civilization, because I think we need it. We need to be able to have an outlet to settle our differences when communication no longer works. I mean, that's what war's all about. Diplomacy breaks down, you go to war. Within the just the human being interactions, you have to, if there's a breakdown, you need to be able to settle it, whether it be smacking somebody, or something like that. And it should be okay as long as it doesn't go too far. And see, they've got to a point where you're not even allowed to, in some states, if you defend yourself and you injure the criminal, you suffer criminal charges as well. So let's see what that says. Brown saying, yo, I just got nutted. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna hide that one. It's funny, but no. Don't be Asian or old lady and stand next to train tracks. Oh, that's fucked up. That's messed up a lot. Um, but at least you guys know I'm alive. I'm doing well. I'm back to like relax a little bit. I've got enough to be able to last me a week, so I should be good until payday. Or even if I'm not, I should still be able to last, because I can go a few days without it. It's not a problem. It's just like it's hard to sit back and be the adult in the room when you have society that acts like no homeless tan, no money. What are you talking about? Like, you talking about that? Are you talking about that? So and look at this. I mean, so okay, we want to see blisters and ribs. Are you nuts? I mean, you're funny, man. You really are. I mean, this isn't Ethiopia. The homeless will always can always find a way to get fed. Whether you stand outside of McDonald's and ask for burgers, or you get to go to a food line. There's definitely ways to do that. Tuck, basically, we're all screwed. Yeah, I think I laid it out pretty well in All America Preppers live stream. What did you guys think of that? How do you guys think that I did as far as laying out the case of kind of how we may end up in internment camps? Because I've been telling you about the warning that I got around Thanksgiving from a friend. And so I just I'm looking to see if it's gonna come true, and like how it's actually gonna unfold, because I trust the source enough to give it enough credence to not discount it. Well, we'll put it that way. It may not, I don't know exactly what she meant by it. It was kind of cryptic, but I had a general understanding of what she was trying to tell me. Which is that, eventually what's going to happen is that they're going to get tired of the homeless issue, and they're just going to put us in camps. And that's how it's going to happen. And most likely it could be, since Trump wanted to do that in what was it, like 2018, 2019. I think because I lost a lot of respect for Trump, and I think that he's not going to be, he's gonna do the the guy that we just saw, that you just muted, Jeremy. He's gonna have that kind of mentality towards the homeless. I worry about it, because he was willing to put us in camps, which means that there's something wrong there. What's up, Outdoors? So yeah, you're right, Jeremy. Out of sight, out of mind. That's how it appears. Well, because the business interest, and I thought about it a different way. That what's going on in Grants Pass, because there all these NGOs are subservient to their donors. Their large donors can come in and say, you better support this, especially if it's the largest business in town, and they're the ones pushing to be able to have this done. So therefore, they say, if you want to continue getting funding, you need to support this court case that we're doing. And that could have very well been the reason why the shelter turned on its own as well, is in order for it to be able to continue to get funding. But they need to figure out how to you can't have I don't get it. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. What am I missing? Why is it okay for them to? Oh, here, hold on. Okay, so we've got sirens that are about to go off, so I'm gonna leave this here for you guys to watch, cause they'll come over here. Um, but it's just the Supreme Court made it legal for cities to ban camps. Um, and but I get it. You pick up your camp every night, but sometimes it's hard, especially when you find a good spot. You don't want other people to come back on it, so therefore you camp on it so that they don't come and find it later on when they get moved. And so I understand why you camp long term and like static camp, but I think if you're homeless and you're not and you don't have opportunities in your local area, and there's not very many opportunities, because I mean you're already homeless, you might as well move on to a different area, and on your way to that area, make connections and see if you can find other avenues to find jobs or the type of jobs that you're in. So therefore you have no need to really be static, because you can migrate to an area that has a need for the skills in which you have. So I mean that's why I can move around. I've when Hurricane Ivan hit Florida, and what was it, like 2003, 2004. I was on my way down there because I wanted to gain a new skill set and move. I already had a job. I quit my job to go down there, but I ended up getting caught in Houston because they stopped all buses going in Florida, and so therefore I had to I couldn't wait it out. I ended up getting robbed in my hotel room. So best defense is good offense. If they're going to militarize against homeless, try to get housed. Plus, when you're hiking, no one thinks you're homeless. You're right, but we also have to bring awareness as well. The I here it's really what it boils down to is they can sit there and say, yeah, it's now legal to ban camps. But what is the attitude of the local community? How does the local community feel about it? DC is considered a rich city. Okay, as a rich city, it has better, like the food here is just like it's so off the hook as far as quality. Like I had oh god, we had an Italian sub for dinner tonight, and it was made from scratch, and it was freaking good. Like they had like for lunch today. Sam ended up eating my lunch because I don't eat fish, and so they offered fish, and so Sam got to eat a whole fish today. I mean, they don't offer that stuff like what you get at a homeless shelter or at a food line anywhere else in the country. Is you would get fish sticks at most, or a fish patty. You wouldn't get like I don't know, it's like halibut or something like that. That's only in like there. I've heard stories of places like this, but I've never got to experience one. I'm just surprised that there's not more here. But all these migrants that are here, they have brand new clothes, brand new everything. They're all over the place. They don't even have to speak a lick of English, and so therefore you can't even communicate. I had one lady the other day. I said I asked her for two butter and two jellies with my breakfast, and she gives me one butter and two jellies. I said, well, I need another one. I got two biscuits. I need another butter. She starts cussing me out in Spanish. It's like, and I sat there and said, quit cussing me out. And it's like, I don't want to hear your back talk in a different language because you feel that you can cuss me out because I asked you to do your job. It's crazy here. So I can tell you a tsunami is coming, but standing on the shore preaching you're gonna drown, not stop it. Problem with city is population always, transients, no cohesion. Okay. More would accept the homeless is they didn't destroy the area, costing taxpayers millions of dollars to clean it up. Yes, but you gotta realize the people that do that have been out here for so long that they have become feral human beings. Like literally, just like you have feral cats and feral dogs, you have feral human beings. Being out here essentially in the wild for long enough, you become feral. I'm even starting to notice it in some of my behaviors, and I'm coming up on 2 years. I'm starting to notice that my aggression, my shortness, the way I think, the way I move around, the things in which I do, I don't know. I really don't know. Um, I know that once you've been doing it for at least 5 years, you're pretty much a feral human being at that time. Especially if you're dealing with severe mental health issues that are not being properly addressed because the mental health industry is broken. It's too busy prescribing pills than actually looking at what the problem is and trying to find a feasible solution that works. And, sometimes it's chemical imbalance. Sometimes it's behavior. And it's just you weren't taught right as a kid, or there's just something wrong with the way you think, and it makes you incohesive with society. But the thing is that kind of goes against our individualistic nature as Americans. So I mean, you're in a catch-22 on that. But there are some behaviors and some personality traits that are so toxic that you'll end up burning bridges. Like if you don't have compassion for people, and then you're struggling, well, chances are you're getting what you're giving. And the lesson is that you need to have compassion. Okay. um there's Being homeless teaches you things if you're willing to look at it as a lesson. So hold on. Okay. Okay, the one I volunteer at is pretty good, but it's reserved for families and has really strict guidelines. They get some really good food, but it's all donated from a good community. That's pretty good. You work for, they're the families need to be able to have the strict guidelines anyways, because you that's the nuclear unit. You can't have dysfunction, especially drug addiction and abuse and all that other stuff. So I mean, it's important that they do have some sort of structure there. But that sounds good, Rush man. Hey, what's up, Butterfly? Good to see you. Problem with that analogy is we put down feral animals, not rehabilitate them. um uh it de- it depends. If that were true, my old man would have put down his dog. Instead, he works with the dog, and he realized that after his other dogs passed away, that was the only dog he could have. And because that dog is so aggressive, nobody's really allowed to come over unless they get to know, unless they introduce the dog to him. And because I smell like my old man, because I'm my old man's offspring. She openly accepts me. I'm her best friend. I'm her pet human. But she will. There's not a thing that lives around her. She doesn't let a single lizard, a single bird, anything that comes in that yard is gone. Um, and she is one of those animals. But my old man, because she's a dog and she deserves to live too, has given her a proper setting. What about soldiers that come back from war? When you go through certain types of PTSD, it kind of puts you in a primal or feral mentality. Okay. Especially if you're still reliving the battlefield. I mean, that's they started off calling it shell shock. But you rehabilitated those people. It takes some time, but it takes care, it takes compassion. So funny, the picture of the car you use in thumbnail has been seen all over town closest to me. Yeah, this is I saw one. I was like, picture, I gotta have a picture. um Okay. It's hard to find compassion when the world has gone mad. You are. Okay. Let me put it to you this way, DFH. And I know it's hard, but this is kind of what I have to say on something like that. And I've talked about the law of oneness. Okay? So whatever created this universe, whatever you want to call it, I will call it creation, just to make it simplified, because I don't want it to be religious. Okay, it's an understanding. So therefore, this creation through the grand explosion or the Big Bang manifests this universe, and in that explosion, there are part and parcels of energy, and that energy we tend to call a spirit, and it animates the body. Without that energy, that necessary uh, power for life, because it takes, we have to operate at something certain. Okay, I'm not going to try and complicate this. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible. But with that animation from that part and parcel, everything that's living, including a tree, everything that is a part of reality, in order to be animated, has to have that spark of life in it that comes from the creation. And so, therefore, because that large thing broken up into a finite thing is in all of us. We are all one. So when you realize that we are one, as a everything, like you are one with the cloud, you are one with the same thing that animates you, animates the clouds, animates the trees, animates your fellow human beings. Okay, and to realize what you do to others, you're doing to yourself. That's really what compassion is about. So why would you, if you wouldn't treat yourself that way, why would you treat somebody else that way? Because the way you treat people tells them how to treat you. Okay, and so if you treat somebody politely, and they treat you disrespectfully, well then, you treat them disrespectfully, and unfortunately they're telling you how to treat them. But on the other hand, you got to realize, if you were treating people like crap, wouldn't you want somebody to have enough sense to have a big brother talk, not a "you're an asshole," but hey, do you realize what you're doing here? I don't know if this is your intent to be an asshole, or if you're just not really being thoughtful about what you're doing. But here's something to consider, and give the person an opportunity. Because do you want to be the asshole that everybody hates, or do you want to be able to assimilate and have connections and community? Okay, so people are going to want to change, but sometimes we're so busy getting mad at them that then they, for what it is that they did, because we misinterpreted it. Because, like, was it their intention to be an asshole? Sometimes it is. For me, if I'm intending to be an asshole, well then, I get what I deserve. But at the same time, you at least got to check and make sure, because, like, there's things that people say that I've said, where, like, if I wanted to really take it out of context, I could have. But checking somebody's intentions lets you know, it's like, okay, they're not really coming from a place of being a jerk. They meant well. It just came out wrong. So again, what you do to others, you're doing to yourself. So, and that's why we're probably going to see so many people that are going to be miserable, because they've been so mean and cruel to those that they found inferior to themselves, that they're now going to start getting the same treatment that they've been giving everybody else. So, okay, let's see here. What's up, Narissa? Even though the world has gone mad, there's still compassion in people. I really love animals. Okay, I'm glad you do. Here in Canada at Stampede, they really treat animals bad. They have to put them down after a event when they get hurt. It really bothers me a lot. Well, that's because we, again, there's a lot. I can see where you feel about that, because in the same way you want to be able to have your free will and your autonomy, so does every creature in nature. And so, yeah, to yoke it, just like with Sam, I've yoked her. She's not just a pet; she's been yoked. So what that means is that she is in bondage. Okay, and so because I put her in bondage as my service dog, and training her as my service dog. I also have a responsibility to be kind and humane to her as well. So, like, even though she's technically always on the clock, I always try and give her puppy time so that she can go get some of that energy off, so she can go play, because it's not fair to her to, for her bondage to not get any compassion or any thought. And I would want, if I was in that situation, I would want somebody to be thoughtful enough for me to give me liberty from time to time, so that I could take care of myself, or go do some things that I want, because she's her whole job is to take care of me throughout the day. So what's up, Just a Guest? Nice to see you. That is the Jefferson Memorial. When animals, even if humans, are abused and hurt, they have serious issues coming back from that. Putting down isn't always the answer. Just maybe we should stop the abuse beforehand. Well, it depends upon... See, it was hard. It made it harder to train Sam in a city than taking her out in the woods. At first, it was kind of hard to get her to adjust, but once she got adjusted back to the city, she's been doing absolutely amazing for the last few days. So, she's been really disciplined. She's healing. Today, she kind of had a bad day, but every time I give her a reward for doing really good, like I kept taking her off the leash as we were walking down the park that's for the Washington Monument, and there were squirrels. She almost caught a squirrel. She was like within like a half an inch to an inch from grabbing that squirrel, but that squirrel zigzagged so quick she couldn't turn on a dime like that thing could. But she almost caught a squirrel today. And so because that was her reward for doing all the good stuff, was to let her off the leash, because technically in the city I'm not supposed to let her off the leash. She's supposed to be on the leash at all times. Because she's doing good, I let her. She gets to roam around here in camp. And because she's not going to go anywhere. That's why, like last night, you heard me tell her, like, don't do this. Okay? So, there are things there that I try and give her as a reward, because, again, she's yoked. And I still do have a responsibility to be humane and compassionate towards her, in the same way I hope somebody else would do that to me if I volunteered to be their caretaker. Yeah, time to be herself. Yes. Hold on, I missed some stuff. Okay. Okay. 6. Okay. Yes. Okay. Exactly. Time to be yourself. I agree with you, Tuck. The golden rule is how it should be. No, actually, the golden rules is do unto others what you would want them to do unto you. What that is it's actually it's a misrepresentation of an immutable law, which is what you do to others, others will do to you. Because what it's doing, and this is what caused me all the problems, because I lived by the golden rule, and because I did stuff for other people, I expected people to do stuff to me, or stuff for me. And so therefore I had implied expectations that did not work for me. That is the problem with the golden rule. Because what you do for others, others will do for you, which sets an implied expectation. Versus what you do to others, others will do to you. So that means how you treat others is how you're telling them how to treat you. Okay? And so it's a little bit of a different come from. It's a technicality for those that are really into language, but it's a totally different meaning as well. It's hard for a young dog to sit still for work. No, she sleeps all day. My old man, he wants me to take her to the doctor. I don't think she needs to go to the doctor. She's just recovering from the heat, because I've had her inside for the last couple of days, and it's still been like 100 degrees. The 100 degrees ain't gonna go away until like Wednesday of next week is supposed to be the last hot day for a few days. So we may be stuck here till Wednesday no matter what. Thursday, actually, because it's gonna be 100 on Wednesday. And I can't get her traveling like that. It made us both sick when we did it in Ohio. I'm not gonna do that here. So, right, very few will actually treat you as you treat them. It's a subconscious thing. When people are kind to you, in moments where you would be short with them, you tend to be kind to them. Okay? Because I don't know. I know that people that are kind to me, I indirectly, subconsciously when I'm short with everyone else and I'm still having a bad day, I'll apologize to them saying, look, I'm having a bad day, but, rah, 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 at least to let them know, it's like, I respect your kindness enough to be respectful to you. And I think that when you are truly kind versus trying to be like authoritative, and you come from a place of peace, people generally tend to be nice to you. And they do it subconsciously, because it's kind of how we assimilate into a community, is that, when in Rome. My point is you can give compassion, but that's not what most people give back. It's more of judgment and disdain. But is that the way you perceive it? Is that the way? So they have something that's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm sure you're familiar with it. We have a tendency. This is why it's important that when your thinking gets negative, that you start that you take a moment and you turn that negative thought into either a neutral or a positive thought. So get rid of the negativity and either be neutral, like a meh, or be positive. I choose to be positive because a positive attracts positive, and so therefore, whenever my thinking gets out of whack, I have to stop and remind myself, or do some self-care to go back to being positive, because what your thought process and how you perceive the world is what's manifested in front of you. Your mind is such a powerful organ that that it is basically what creates your whole reality. And it commingles with the actual reality, but allows you to exist within reality. So you have a lot more control over your reality and your destiny than you think. I've got to experience it. It's kind of hit or miss. It's something that takes skill, but the law of attraction works if you use it right. If you understand the basic premise. Okay, so yeah, she's just resting from the heat. I hope so. But she had a poop that was pure black this morning, and that made me, But what is common courtesy? Just like common sense. Really, what is common sense? What is common courtesy? Because you have a just different version of what common sense and common courtesy is than what I do. Okay? I think that there's no reason to be confrontational with anybody unless they give you a good enough reason, something like that. So I think that's common courtesy to be to not be aggressive towards somebody unless they give without good reason. Now but that's my thought of common courtesy. Your thought of common courtesy might be something else. And so what we all common courtesy is what we push on the world, our viewpoint. It's what we look at and we say, this is what we think the world should be, and this is how we're going to impose our belief system on it. This is what happens, why the homeless get attacked, is because the housed community imposes their belief system on us, that you have to have this, you have to do this, and you have to make this much, and you have to do it this way, and so therefore if you don't do that, we're gonna penalize you and we're gonna chastise you, because we're going to impose our views on you. Okay, so and I think that common courtesy is something along those lines. All right, guys. So I want to know. I've got some. You guys never answered my question. For those of you that watched the live stream last night, do you think I was spot on with the prediction that I gave, or do you think that I wasn't? One, two. I need to figure out what states I want to go to get my certifications, and I'm probably going to be stuck on the East Coast. Now, my question is I know that I've got a lot of subscribers in New Jersey, so it'd be a good idea to go to New Jersey. I know that there's a lot of stuff that's pulling me to Florida, so I know I need to do Florida. I know that Washington, D.C. is going to be where a lot of the movers and shakers are for the changes that I want to make. So I know that Washington, D.C. is there. So what do I do in between there? Or do you guys think that 3 places is enough and to just travel in between those 3 places and just network along the way? What do you think? State of confusion. Uh, well, thank you, Palm Coast. I appreciate it. Missed the live cast last night. Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. I will put a short up. Well, do you guys watch shorts? Do you guys watch my long form videos? Like, type 1 if you only watch the live stream. Type 2 if you watch live stream and long form content. Type 3 if you watch the live stream and short form content. Type 4 if you watch all of my content. I'm curious to see which part of my content that you guys like best. Uh, you want the live stream and long form, all of it, live stream, long form, all of it. You missed one. It's supposed to be 69, Jeremy. Okay, all of it. Okay, all right. So, would you guys prefer that when I go on to somebody else's channel, would you prefer that um, that I put it on the community tab like I did, or 2, should I put it in a short form video, or 3, should I put it in a video that's gonna be done long form? It's gonna be over a minute. What um okay. Okay. For actually, especially the OnlyFans. Oh yes. Uh huh. Mm. I like one in shorts the best, cause they will make you um live streams. I only make money if somebody gives me a super chat or a tip in my tip jar. Okay, I don't get like before it gets done processing the 1,000 views that I don't even get paid on. So the only way that I make money on a live stream is super chats or tip jar. On shorts, they're paying like 20 cents per 1,000 views. I make 5,000 or $5 per 1,000 views on long form content when it comes to ad revenue. So you don't really make a lot unless you're getting like 10 million views on your shorts. You're not really making a lot of money. 10 million views is what 100,000 views would be on long form content if you want to do the contrast and pay. Okay. I only just started today, but I will be stuck. Well, I'm glad you'll be stuck, Narissa. How did you find the channel? Did you come over from Reddit or did you just stumble across this? Are you about to be homeless? Are you homeless? Uh, no to shorts. Okay, live stream, chop up your lives. Okay. That's a good idea, but I'll have to do that. Like, whenever I get into a city, I'll have to, like, stop it and download it, cut it up, upload it, all that stuff. Okay. Long form, okay. Whatever helps the channel most. 17 people and 7 likes. No, I'm talking about informing you guys about, like, which is the best. Well, I know you, Bucknut. I have your number, so I can text you. Same thing with Alfred. But those of you that I are kind of regular here, I want to make sure to bring you guys over so that we really blow up chat. Because honestly, I think my crowd over on All American Prepper, I think we dominate over there. So I like that. It's a point of pride, even though I'm still a small channel, that I can go into a bigger channel, and a lot more of my regulars that are here are able to be there and be part of that live stream as well. Find point to always open and close on points opinions so can chop it. Okay, yeah. I will definitely start doing that, just a guess. I love long and lives. My problem is the time, East versus West Coast. Oh yeah, cause you're West Coast, so therefore, but no, you don't do time change though, do you? I just stumbled across, was recently homeless, even though I am not now. I'm still, it's still really rough. but still giving thanks. Well, much appreciated, Narissa. If you should look into the digital economy uh, uh, videos that I do, which is like the How to Make Money playlist. That might be helpful for you as far as like kind of relieving some of that financial stress. Okay, because that's the wave of the future. Um, so I need more subscribers on my page, but I stopped putting up vids a while ago. Well, if you ain't got new content, you ain't gonna. Well, yeah, unless your stuff is evergreen, um, I'll have to come check out your channel, Palm Coast. I'll have to do that after the live stream. I do live for about 30 minutes and then move to live on Patreon for more spicy content. Use the live. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. I like the lives, but I randomly watch your other stuff. Okay. Um, all right. And we haven't seen Lucky Larry in a few days. I hope he's okay. I know he was saying with everything that's going on, he might. I hope he's not in jail over this, because he's in the Grants Pass area. So I don't. DFH, you're in that Grants Pass area too, aren't you? You and your 3 hour differences to me, it means that lives are just as my day is getting to the busiest part of it. Why I can't make it every night. Oh, okay. Well, I understand that. That makes sense. Um, the weird part is now that I'm doing it at 7 Eastern, if I move west anyway, like go into another time zone, um, I don't know. I might either get to do it earlier and have longer live streams, or I don't know. I don't know. So, or I might just adjust it that way. Yes, I am, Narissa. I've been on the streets this time because I've been doing it off and on for about 25 years. Um, uh, uh, yeah, this has been October will be 2 years for me. So you're a mountain time zone, so like Colorado area. Okay. You're on my time and it's cool. Okay. Well, that's good. So, all right. You know what? I think, do we want to do that this weekend? Um, you know, so, what's up, Mustard Seed? Good to see you. What's up, dog? So, I think that would be a good idea. But the thing is, so it would be open whether you're 5, 10, or $20 tier if you came over to Patreon. And so therefore you could carry it on and we could talk about spicy stuff and I could actually really share what I really want to share. And we could talk about all kinds. That would actually be really fun. I think that would be really good, and it would give you guys a reason to, because we can build a bigger community over there of like the people that are active. And once we get to like the $200 mark, as far as the revenue that I bring in, then I can like a few of you, I can give you a free membership for those of you that can't afford it because you're homeless or like kind of in a really tight situation. But because the thing is it's I'm taking the money out of my own pocket. It's not like anybody else is paying for it. I just have to hit a certain threshold in order to be able to offer that as something for my Patreons. So if you guys help me get up there, then we can get some people over. And plus, you can also sign up for the 7-day free trial, and therefore you'll get access to the lives and everything else as well. And so you can just do something like that. Whatever works for you. Is Okay. I will go pick it up tomorrow, and I will I will go pick it up tomorrow, and then I will probably do um well do you I might do like a short little live stream, maybe like 15 minutes to a half hour tomorrow, because around 10 o'clock the weather's gonna get better, and I might sit there and eat that in the park for my lunch, because it's chili mac, and I'm really looking forward to that. That's gonna be high protein, and so yeah. Anyways, I think I'll do that way. You guys can see it, and I'll just post it as a review. Um, as a review of the package, and then that way you guys can see kind of how it works. Okay. Um, okay, what's up, dog? Okay, it's Friday, just chilling in the sun, drinking iced tea with my dogs. I'm jealous. I'd love some iced tea. Dang. I'll miss it. Okay. You're okay. What is the building across the way? It looks like the Pantheon. No, it is Jan. It is the Jefferson Memorial. I looked it up on the map to make sure because I thought it was a Lincoln Memorial, but no, it's a Jefferson Memorial building. Um, that would allow you to upload the first part on Tube without worrying about strikes. Yeah, that'd be really good. What's up, Scott? How are you, buddy? Glad to see you. Um, you've been busy from what I hear, so I hope things have been good. Um, uh, uh, and so okay. Um, huh. All right, that's one way to be able to do it. Okay, I think that starting this weekend, and we're gonna do that because you guys can come over and get a 7-day free trial. Okay, and what I'll do is we'll try it behind the paywall. Okay, we'll try it behind the paywall. And what you'll have to do is you'll click on the link and you'll need to come directly to YouTube because it's just a link to get you to a private room, essentially, is what it is. So you'll click on it, it'll take you in. You'll make sure instead of watching it through their video screen, you're gonna want to come over to YouTube with that link, and that way you can pop in and watch the live stream and join me in the after party after that. That way I could talk about important things, cover a couple of topics, and answer some questions, and then move over to the after party. So it'll be like 30 to 45 minutes to cover topics and answer a few questions. And then we'll go over to the after party and we'll start discussing some more meat and potatoes topics that you guys may want to talk about. I think that's what we'll start doing tomorrow, and we'll see how it works. What I may end up doing is just for the beginning to kind of get people over there and get people used to getting on Patreon. Is I will offer it free over there for probably the first week or two. Um, uh, it's not that bad, Jan. It's not that bad at all. It's actually pretty chill. I like it. Sam's doing good. I'm doing good, Scott. But I think we'll give it a try because we tried that before. I've got 11 paid members, so I gotta fulfill that promise anyways. And so that gives me an opportunity to do that. And see, well, because I know Alfred and Jeremy will pop over. At the bare minimum, there'll be the three of us talking, and then maybe everybody else will join later on. And Linda will be joining us as well. So I will leave this on the public, and we'll go there. Yeah. So that'll be awesome. So we'll start doing that tomorrow. So if you do not have the Patreon app on your phone, or if you're on type 1 if you're on a phone, type 2 if you're on a computer. Ever thought about doing Facebook Live? My gaming channel has over 2K followers on Facebook, pays pretty good. From what I understand, you got to have a lot of people to get monetized on Facebook. Okay, Rushman. Okay, so those of you that are on the mobile, you will have to go download the Patreon app if you don't have it already, because I know Bucknut has it. And then what you'll do is you'll click the link in my description, and that will take you over there, and you can become a free member unless you want to take part in the 7-day free trial. And then you can do the 5, 10, or 20, doesn't matter. As long as you're a paid member, you get access to the live stream. Okay, 5, 10, or 20. Okay, so no worries. But yeah, that's a tablet. Okay, same thing with a tablet. It's an app. Okay, so all right. So DFH, you're on a computer. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds really good. Okay, I got another demographic question. Like, how many of you guys are smoking weed right now? Type 1 if you smoke weed. Type 2 if you don't. Because I know if you do, um, then you're definitely smoking right now. So I'm just curious how many of you guys actually do that. Are you going to post pictures of your feet? No. No, I'm not. um, okay, so, okay, one, two, two. Okay, so a couple of you smoke, a couple of you don't. Okay, a lot more of you guys don't. Okay. All right, well, that explains that. It's kind of a 50-50 there. Wait, I smoke weed. I forgot the number. One. So, um, I kid. Yeah, okay, two. Now, if I could afford, I would. Uh, well, it's not really. It's not that expensive, Palm Coast. Really, it's not. The bottom has fallen out of the market. I remember my first quarter cost me $140. Now you can go get it for 60. So um uh okay, Rushman, did you get weed today? Yes, I did. Did you see the community post? Um I actually I it's like ice cream candy or something like that. It's pretty damn good. It took two hits and maybe like I don't know 15 minutes to creep up on me and knock me on my ass. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's I think it's like around 21 or 23%. Uh, yeah, no shit, right? That shit, it'll donkey stomp you. So I get mine free from the VA here in Canada. Here in the States, the VA will take away your benefits if you smoke weed, unless it's recently changed. Because I knew a guy, they had him on so many opiates. He stepped on an IED, and basically he had rods for both of his legs, because his legs shattered from an IED, and he was in so much pain that they kept giving him opiates, and he knew the how bad it was, so he decided to go to weed, and the VA threatened to cut off his disability if he didn't stop smoking weed and go back on the pills. So, I smoke gravity bongs. That's nice. And dabs. Dabs are good. When I was in LA, I used to go $5 a dab. What store do you deal with? I've been going to Costco. Okay. I don't know. Okay, just a guess. I don't know. My brain is misfiring. It has been a day. I uploaded a couple of videos today. I'm doing the keywording and stuff like that. Um, do you guys think I should go north, or go south, or should I go west? Okay, because I mean, um, which way do you guys think I should leave from here? Because I'm just gonna go, but I don't know which way to go. Do I go south? It's gonna get hot. Do I go north? It might get cooler. Do I go west and just what would you which direction you think I should go? Um, type 1 for north. Type 2 for south. Type 3 for west. The devil's lettuce is bad for you, Tuck. You should allow me to Yes, Jeremy. If I ever get a chance to meet you, I'll let you dispose of it for me. Um, yeah, I did. I mean west. Okay. Aurora and Spectrum. Go west. I don't know if going west is the way to go. Okay, so south, north, west, north, north. Okay. Huh. Okay. I like 420, but I don't know what direction that is. That's kind of like spinning around. I'm not going to Canada. I can't get into Canada. I'm not going to even try and sneak into Canada. Just go in a big circle. That way you get all the directions covered. You know what? You're right. But I got to figure out a circuit. So I mean, should Ohio be my fourth one, or is three more than enough for me? Because the thing is I gotta, like, every 2 months I need to be in a different city. So and so therefore I should be in the city for about 2 to 3 weeks tops, and then move on to the next city and have like 6 to 7 weeks to get to the next city, which will be about 500 miles. Okay, and so therefore, like if I'm doing DC, New Jersey, and Ohio, I'm kind of getting stuck in a little triangle in the Rust Belt, and that's actually a pretty good idea. But I don't want to go through Pennsylvania if I don't have. Oh, I don't want to go through Philadelphia. That's my problem. Um, okay. North to escape heat, south to advocate, west to survive anything. Okay, Canada is one of the places you don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be there. We got two for Alaska Tech. Yeah, yeah. Who's gonna transport me through Canada? I mean, yeah, who's gonna transport me through Canada? Are you going to do that, mustard seed? Like, maybe if you're gonna transport me through Canada, you might as well just pay for a boat from Seattle to Alaska. So, but that would be kind of cool to see if I could get on a boat that would take me to Alaska. But that's a dangerous job too. But that might be fun to do. But I don't know if I want to go to whacked out Seattle, especially with Chaz. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Like, I just know I want to go. I just don't know what direction I want to go. And I need to figure out. No, I don't do airports. I'm not doing the airport. I'll take a boat. I will not fly. Not because I'm scared of flying. Not because I'm worried about it. I love flying. It's just I don't want to deal with airport security. I don't know. Ride ice trucker through Canada. Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, that would definitely be fun. So I would go north, become a fisherman, and work the boat for a couple of weeks, or at the docks. Huh? That might be. If I went to Boston, I could probably do the same thing, and it would probably be a lot better for me. I've always wanted to see Boston. Maine, yeah, I could go to Maine for lobster. That means I go through New Jersey, New York, and New Hampshire. That means I get to see Alfred. So that would be one thing to do. Let's see here. I'll ship you through Canada. Be a tour guide. A tour guide what? To how to walk the East Coast? Oh, dude, it's more than a few hundred. It's probably, well, I don't know. I would have to look up what it would cost. I don't know. It could be a few hundred. It's not going to be cheap, I tell you that much. But hey, I would get universal basic income. So I'm reaching out to somebody that is the originator of universal basic income, so I can get an interview with them, and also the guy that started Housing First. I'm going to reach out to him as well. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get interviews with those guys. That's rough, bro. In these first world countries, there should not be any homelessness. But I guess the big developers don't realize that there are also low-income people in this world. It's not really that, Narissa. It's the fact that you're allowing people to profit off of somebody's basic existence. We have created such a dependent society that in order for you to have a house, you've got a guy who's paying a mortgage, but also trying to get more money than what that mortgage is. So therefore, your rent is always going to be $300 to $400 more than that mortgage. So, and that mortgage also covers property taxes and insurance. So the homeowner's making like $300 to $400 clearing every month from that investment. Now, it may not be a lot, but to somebody that needs to be able to have a house, that needs to be able to have a place to live, that $300 to $400 is the difference between having and not having. And so therefore investing in in the housing market is artificially driving it up. And as the prices go up, the mortgages go up, which causes the rent to go up, because that we're a capitalist society. Somebody's always got to make money. If you prevented people from actually investing and owning more than maybe like two pieces of property, like you get a summer house and you get a regular house and that's about it. Um, like if you're somebody that travels or something like that, but you shouldn't really have more than one house, and therefore it will keep property values low enough to where the mortgage value is low enough to where it can be in a way the same way you're going to pay rent, you can get a guaranteed mortgage. We're already doing guaranteed student loans. We're already doing guaranteed health insurance. We're already doing guaranteed everything else. Why not do it? Why not put the end consumer, the individual, on the hook for guaranteed mortgage? So yeah, you owe this amount, and so when you lose your job, it goes on pause until you get your job back, and then you get to finish paying it off, but the mortgage is guaranteed to be paid off because you were required to work that many years. And so therefore you've got these $250,000 houses that are now 110 $120,000, which now leaves more disposable income to be able to go into the economy for all the useless trinkets we buy from Walmart. So that's my overall deal on why we should take investing out, because it will fix the housing crisis, because it will ensure that everybody has a house, but it also ensures that everybody pays for it, and that the bank gets their money because they want their pound of flesh, and they ain't going to support anything that doesn't do that. So but that's just my thought. um okay, the rough, okay, Maryland. Also, doing the Appalachian Trail would be good. Yeah, if I go south, I'm gonna take the AT to the Pinhoti down into Florida. So if I go south, yeah, I'm gonna go through Virginia, catch on the AT, take that to the Betmacaw, do the Pinhoti, just try and get through Cave Springs as quick as possible so I don't do something stupid. And then after that, I will. After that, then yeah, I would hit the Alabama Roadwalk, the Blackwater Trail, and then I would be on the Florida Trail. But if I'm gonna do that, I need to leave now for that. So in order to make it on time, because it's about 1,000 miles, it's gonna take me about 3 or 4 months to make it. But I can stop in cities along the way and do some advocating and see about seeing politicians and stuff like that. So it might be something that I do, that I just start planting seeds in the medium and medium sized cities where they're going to have a decent homeless population, planting seeds to see if they will actually fix it. And that might be something that I do that actually works. And I can even set up times. But the thing is I want to be able to give talks as well, speeches, because speeches will get me paid. I want to get paid for my knowledge and to be able to help the those that need to understand how to effectively help the homeless community. I want to be able to have a venue where I get paid for my knowledge to share with them, because I don't mind giving it away for free, but in a capitalist society it costs money to live. It's not like I live in communism or something. So I blame the synagogue of Satan. Okay. Um, KFC with full halal. There's no more bacon. Really? Um, you could travel to the northeast until September. Then weather starts cooling. Then hop train bus down to Florida in the spring. That might do good. Tuna fishing is some good money. Head to Boston. Okay. Um, is it hard to get on one of those boats? Because I wouldn't mind doing it to go make a few $100 or a couple $1,000. I'll work my ass off. Um, you know what? Not necessarily. Well, the thing is you were originally, our ancestors bought a house and stayed in that house, but they also built their houses too. So they built the house that they wanted from the beginning. And so this whole hopping up thing, that's part of investing. That would change. A lot of it, a lot of your houses would either get sold as is because people don't want to wait for the building or don't want to pay the extra cost, or they will, they will have the house demolished and have a proper house put up that they want, and then they just get to live in the car for a little while they wait for their house to be built. I mean, I don't see any problem with that. You're still not really homeless. You've got the place. You just gotta wait for your house to be built. Okay. For several years, lived out here while owning a house in Ohio until I gave the Ohio house up and regret because oldest moved back to Ohio after gave up the house. Well, um, you could have put it in a trust as an asset too. Buy a lot and build a home yourself. That would make for some good YouTube. Well, yes, that's kind of what I'm trying. That's my goal. Part of what I've been working for. If you when you I say this every so often, so I'll just say it again. Um, my goal is that to be able to raise enough money over my travels. Once I reach enough money to be able to afford a lot or a piece of land that has water as part of in within its borders, whether it be a lake or I want to be able to have access to water. That's the important part. When I can find one that I can afford, then that will be my next phase is to move there and start building my final cabin if I actually live that long. Universal basic income would destroy the country. No, it wouldn't. You think things cost a lot? No. And you actually no. Here's the thing, David. When you have advanced robotics, artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence, whatever it costs the labor to be able to create it, and then that makes you unlimited money. So your cost per whatever product that you're offering is what? Pennies on the dollar, right? Pennies on the dollar. But yet you're selling it for like 50x what you're actually paying for it because with advanced robotics and automation and artificial intelligence, it allows you to be able to create products so cheap because you don't have to pay for human labor. You have to pay for somebody to come and maintain it, but your costs are cut by 70-80%. Your labor costs are cut by 70-80%. And so if you do that across the whole economy, even materials will drop by the same price because it's all about automation. We have 10 billion people on this planet and we only have 2 billion jobs. What do you do with the other 8 billion? They have to have money to be able to consume. They have to have money to be able to live and function because we live in a capitalistic society. So therefore it is expected that we have some sort of compensation because the economy changed so quick that we didn't even have a chance to adjust to it population wise. Now we are going through an implosion, like a depopulation, but that's going to be a good thing, and that's because then that'll balance everything out. But until that depopulation happens, we need to be able to support that those people. Okay, that's just my thoughts on it. Um, just livable income would be great. $1,000 a month is what they're proposing. Alaska has fishing jobs. Just saying, yes, but it's too cold up there. Give up to elder cancer guy for $10. I don't know what you mean. I plan to get a few acres and have some available camping for worthy travelers. That would be nice. Okay. The world. Okay. Bushcraft. That is why moved out here on 42 acres, trying to build a self-sustainable ranch farm, but fight with even that. What's your biggest problems that you face, Butterfly? I'm curious to see what that is. Hold on, I need to grab a drink. Oh, the bureaucracy. They won't let you do what you want to do. I thought being out in county, you'd have a lot more leeway. Um, okay, so I need to go. The in-laws are here. Be safe. Good night. All right, Bushcraft or Bucknut. I will see you tomorrow. I'm actually about to wrap up myself, anyways, because I'm kind of losing my energy, and I've got something going on. Took them over 9 years to even give us a physical address. Um, Well, that's kind of a good thing. You don't really want a physical address. Walmart is opening up 5 fully automated distribution centers, 700,000 square feet facilities. They're investing 22 billion in automation. Exactly. So what do you do to the workers that don't have the necessary skills? But again, this is why you get into the digital economy. This is why I keep saying get into the digital economy. Okay, guys, it is Friday night. Go out, party, have fun, go do some fun things. And I hope to hear all about it tomorrow when we do our live stream. So we're going to try the whole thing. So if you could tonight, get yourself a Patreon membership, even if it's a free one, and or do the free trial. And then that way, what we'll do is I'll put it out the first couple of nights of the first week for free for anybody that wants to come over there, and then anybody that wants to become a member, then you can become a member, and then we can move it behind the paywall when that happens. But you guys know how to help the channel. Come on over to Patreon, become a subscriber here. Hit that like button, share. All right. Thank you, Cherokee. Always love to see you guys. Love to see you too, Butterfly. Thank you, Bucknut. Um, you do when have children trying to go to school or want to purchase Second Amendment. Really? Um. Well, yeah. Well, because you have to be a U.S. citizen, so that's actually what you're. There's a legal reason why, and it has to do with communal property, and the fact that for years you've never owned anything, anyways, and you've been perfectly happy owning nothing. So, all right, guys. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I will see you in tomorrow night's live stream.